Hi and welcome to the Friday Live. And I'm in my holiday shirt because I'm of course on holiday. And you can see the backdrop's slightly different. Now we haven't got a green screen so we can't put the Bahamas on there, but I am actually in the office. Yes, hopefully Helen, Alfie and I have been enjoying a nice holiday. We are at home, I'll admit to that. And so we're probably not baking, but we'll hopefully be nice and relaxed and come back fresh. So I've recorded this beforehand. I'm hoping that you've been enjoying what's been going on this week. You'll have had the teams on Wednesday to watch. And hopefully on Monday you've had a nice Zoom. And I'm hoping you've enjoyed that. Interesting to hear your feedback of that and whether you'd like us to do it again, because it's something we might try and do more commonly. So we'll see. And on the site, of course, you've been doing defence, and it's hard work, isn't it? So I hope you've been having some fun signalling and trying that out. And we're going to be moving on to discards soon enough. Moving on to discards, so we will see how we get on with those. But again, it will still be hard work. And I always have a little word of warning for those of you who play the hands on various pieces of software. Do bear in mind defence is by far the hardest part of the game for humans and for computers. So you have to be forgiving. So what do you think Helen, Alfie and I have been up to? Well, I'm guessing there's some sleeping going on, cooking, drinking, eating, playing lots of games, hopefully cycling, running and walking. And just hopefully giggling. We have been working hard, and it can be easy to forget how to relax and enjoy. So we will be looking forward to that, and especially all three of us together. Quite often I'll look after Alfie or Helen, well, etc. But it will be lovely to be a nice family together. We will also, this is coming on the back of 3 days when Alfie will have been in nursery. So I have a feeling that Helen and I will have been enjoying our time as well, shall we say. And I'm hoping that we're going to come back nice and fresh. And I'll see you on Monday, as it were. Anyway, we've got lots to do today. We've got the bidding quiz, the usual bidding quiz we have. We are continuing our talk about defending against one no trump opening bids. We talked about Landy last week. We're going to talk about how we respond to it this week. And then we will have a Q plus hand of the day, which will be on a similar theme, I'm going to be honest. And then we'll, of course, look at our hand evaluation. So what we start off with, of course, is the bidding quiz. So let's bring that up now. Here we go. And you have a 1 diamond from your left-hand opponent, 1 heart from your partner, 3 diamonds from your right-hand opponent, and it's your bid. 1 diamond, 1 heart from your partner, 3 diamonds, and it's your bid. So there's been 3 bids in front of you, and you've actually got an 11 count with 3 nice cards. So see what you think about that. Now, clearly, I'm usually looking at a stream of answers and chuckling at some of them, obviously, and thinking, oh, that's a good answer, etc., etc. So I'll let a few of you give your answers to it while I'm smirking. All right, it's time to head off to the seminar. So let me find the right button, and there we go. So we are defending against a 1 no trump opening, and we, as I say, we talked about Landy last week. Now you don't have to play this, and if you play different systems, the responding to this will be similar in some ways to some of those systems. This is probably the easiest one. However, I have to say, a really severe word of warning here. When I go through the responses, I have to go through everything. Some of these responses come up once in 1,000 times. The most common ones I gloss over because they're easy. Okay, so most of the time this is a simple system, and I'll mention one element of it, and if you don't want to play it because you think, no, I don't need that, then don't play it. And that's the key. As a partnership, you can decide we're going to play landing, we're going to play it as simple as possible. So let's remind ourselves of what Landy was. Landy shows both majors over a 1-no trump opening bid, whether it's strong or weak. It shows at least 4 cards in both majors, should generally be 9 or more cards. We did mention that if you are non-vulnerable and you're 4-4-4-1, you might choose to bid 2 clubs on about 11 to 14 points. But, you know, it should be very, very rare. And we assume that our partner has 9 cards at least in both majors. What we did say is that when we're non-vulnerable and we're 5-5, we can be pretty weak. Because I like to do that. So 5-4, I'm still going to need 10 points when I'm non-vulnerable, but if I'm 5-5, I'm coming in weak. The potential of 5-5 hands are wonderful, and most of the time your partner will have a fit with you, so even if you're weak, you can get away with it. I tend to say 7 or more points. I don't want to be too dynamic, okay, but with 7 points, as long as those points are in your suits, something like King, Queen, Jack to 5 and Jack 10 to 5, Jack 10, 9 to 5, something like that. You know, you don't want singleton queens and doubleton kings, but I like to come in aggressively with those hands 5-5. And that does mean, as we'll see, it does complicate things slightly. So if you don't want the extra complication, you can always say partner's close to an opening bid. Okay, but clearly 7 points is not close to an opening bid. If you're vulnerable, generally, we're going to be a bit stronger. 5 and 4, you often won't find a fit. So 12 or more points is best. Okay, you're hoping to find a fit, but if you don't, you'd prefer to have a few points to back it up. 5-5 though, probably 10 or more points. You can make this up between a partnership, but if you're in an irregular partnership and you agree to play Landy, this is probably the kind of strength you'd require. Okay. And the key point here is that 5-5 hands are powerful, and they're particularly powerful if you find a fit. How do you find a fit? You've got to make a bid. So these 1-no trump openings do make our life a bit difficult. You get a diamond opening, you can just overcall a spade or a heart. 1-no trump, it's lovely to have a bid that can show both your suits. So how do we respond to this bid? So the first thing is, generally, if you're not sure of a fit with 0 to 10 points, you're just generally bidding your longer major. So if you've only got 3 cards in your longer major, you're not sure you've got a fit. Remember, partner could just have 4, so you're just going to bid 2. Okay, 2 hearts or 2 spades. If you've got 4 spades and just 3 points, you're just going to bid 2 spades. Okay, so don't forget, you're not bidding to the level of the fit here because you don't know how many spades your partner's got. Could have 4. Could have 5. With equal length, you can bid 2 diamonds, and that's useful to know. And the beauty of that is if I've got 3 cards in both majors, I can bid 2 diamonds, and of course now my partner can bid his 5-card major. Can you see that? And we finish in the best fit. So that's a very neat bid, 2 diamonds. Partner, I don't mind which major you bid because I'm equally happy with both. Okay, well, you could be equally unhappy with both. You might just have 2 hearts and 2 spades, of course. But again, you want your partner to bid his longer major. And if he's got both 5 cards, it doesn't matter which one he bids. This is a really rare response. You don't have to play it if you don't want, but it's very common opposite artificial 2 bids to have 2 no trump bids as strong. So it's not that unusual to you, I would have thought. If you play weak 2s, for example, the 2 no trump bid is strong. Okay, and so you use a 2 no trump bid here to say, partner, I am strong, I'm excited. Let's go towards game. The key element to the 2 no trump bid is that if partner has the very weak hand, which I've said, non-vulnerable, 7 points, then we might still not be in game. Can you see that? So that's got to be beared in mind, and we'll see that in a moment. When you're weak, don't forget you're going to play in one of the majors. So if you've got a 6-card diamond suit, you're not interested in playing it. Okay, I suppose if you have a really, really weak hand with 7 clubs, you may choose to pass 2 clubs. But, you know, I mean, that's just, you know, it's not in your system. You're not allowed to do it. But let's be honest, you know, with 7 clubs and 3 points, maybe king to 7 clubs, it's not unreasonable to think 2 clubs might be the best contract. Okay, but it's not in your system, as it were. So let's carry it on. If you've got a genuine fit, well, things are different now. If you've got 4 spades or 4 hearts, you know you have a fit. You can fully evaluate your hand and you can bid to the appropriate level. Remember, you're not bidding to the level of the fit here. So if it goes 2 clubs and you jump to 3 spades, you're showing genuine support and excitement. You are inviting game. So you've probably got 10 to 12 points. Does that make sense? You might think, well, if partner's only got 7, surely we're too high, but 5-5 hands are wonderful. So remember, 5-5 hands, we're going to see them. They might have 6 losers with just 8 points. So bear that in mind. Okay. So you're bidding to the level of your strength. Clearly, with 3 points, 4 spades, you're just bidding 2 spades. Okay. The other option you've got, if you want just a natural 2 no trump bid, you bid 2 diamonds first and then bid 2 no trumps. Okay. So you bid 2 diamonds, which ostensibly shows equal length. Your partner bids his major. You just rebid 2 no trumps to say, partner, I'm not that interested in that major. Because you could have been 3 in one and 2 in the other. Can you see the idea? But you can only do that when you've got 11 or 12 points, of course, because your partner's hand is based on the fact that he has a distributional major suited hand. Okay, so you do need to have your 11 or 12 points. So that makes it seem very, very complicated, but it's not as complicated as you think. Almost all responses, I would say 95% of your responses, no, I tell a lie, 98% of your responses will be 2 diamonds, 2 hearts, or 2 spades. Okay, 2 diamonds, 2 hearts, or 2 spades. So bear that in mind, please. Okay, so 2 diamonds says I'm equal length in the majors, and of course your partner then just bids his 5-card suit. If he's got both, he just bids the lower one. Probably. He can bid either. Okay. His better one, maybe he has got king, queen to 5 and jack to 5. So he might choose to bid the king, queen. 2 hearts says I've got longer hearts. So the landy bidder passes, and that's important. It's almost impossible for the landy bidder to bid again. Okay, I suppose if he's got a 6-6 hand, yeah, it comes up every so often. I suppose if he's got 6-6, he might bid again, but almost always he's not going to. He's shown his hand by bidding 2 clubs. He won't have 16 or more points. He will start with a double if he has that kind of hand. That's important. When we are defending against 1 no trump and we have a strong hand, we double first if we are strong, 16 or more points. Okay, so therefore he's not suddenly going to find lots of points. Same over 2 spades. If I bid 2 spades in response to landy, I expect my partner to pass. Okay. When the responder bids 2 no trumps, he's saying, I'm strong, partner, tell me about your hand. Basically, the next bidder bids 3 clubs, says, partner, I am weak. Okay, partner, please accept. Bernard said I can do this. I'm bidding it on 7 points. I'm sorry. And now you might not go to game. You might finish in one of the majors, probably. But any other bid, 3 hearts, 3 spades is showing 5 cards. Partner, I've got a decent hand. Let's go to game. Okay. So let's put that into practice. So North is going to open the bidding here. Okay. And he's going to open 1 no trump. Surprise, surprise. It's going to spoil my hand if he doesn't. And I'm hoping that East is happy. You're happy to bid 2 clubs then? I hope so, because again, that's going to spoil my hand if you don't. So it goes 2 clubs. And pass, of course, from South. If South bids, it can change things, but we're going to see South passing today. What would West bid here? What would West bid? This is better major. Okay, he's longer major, I should say. Not so much better, but longer. 2 spades, nice and simple. Okay. Really important now that East does not get excited. 2 spades is just doing what he said. East has already shown his hand. He doesn't now count his losers and think, oh, 6 losers, I can go for game. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. You have said you're excited about your hand. The reason you've overcalled on just 10 points is because of the 5-5 nature of the hand. So there's nothing more for East to say. And this is what we're saying. If your partner bids 2 of the major, you just pass. Okay. Notice you've got 5 losers off the top. It's not necessarily going to make 2 spades here. It takes some playing when you've got these 5-5 hands here. You've got to try and develop your hearts. So you'll try and play hearts before drawing trumps and hopefully be able to rough one or maybe knock out the ace and king. Okay. And if you can do that, hopefully you'll make those heart tricks. But notice you've got 5 tricks off the top for the defense. Ace, king of hearts, ace of diamonds, and ace, king of clubs. So it's going to be a bit of work. However, 2 spades -1 may well be a decent score. Even if you make 5 spade tricks against 1 no trump, I don't think there's much more else to make. You might make another trick that looks like 1 no trump might make. So 2 spades -1, particularly if you're non-vulnerable, is going to be a good score. Let's look at this one. Once again, a 1 no trump opening bid. 2 clubs. Pass. It's your bid. What do you think? Well, you've got a genuine fit, haven't you, in hearts, so you can fully evaluate for your hand. And so what that means is you can count losers or add on for your singleton. And of course, the hope is you'll be able to rough spades. Now, of course, you can see the 2 hands together, so you can see that. I don't think you should go for game. Okay, your partner might just have 4-card heart support and, and might be 5-4-2-2, and you could just have 4 losers in the minors. So I'm going to invite him. I've got 6, 7, 7.5 losers, don't forget. That queen of diamonds could be very weak, as you can see it is here. So I'm going to jump to 3 hearts. And the key to that is it's showing genuine support, genuine excitement. It's not bidding to the level of your fit. And so, of course, by jumping to 3 hearts, you can get your partner excited. He can now count his losers. He can be excited about his 5-5 shape. 6 losers, he goes for game. Okay, so that's a lovely landy auction. Really nice. 2 clubs shows both majors, 3 hearts. I like one of them, partner. You know which one, hearts. 4 hearts. Remember, you've got to work hard. You've got to rough a couple of spades there. And surely after that, hopefully the 5th spade will be a winner. So as long as neither opponent has 5, which is unlikely anyway, 1 no trump usually shows at least 2, and is unlikely to have 5. So you're hoping that the suit will break 4 and 3, and 2 roughs in dummy, one of them low and one of them probably high. Then you draw trumps and your spades are winners. So it's not an easy hand, but that's 5-5 hands work really well because you're hoping to use one as trumps and use the other one to develop it. And this is what our plan is here. So we lose 3 tricks in the minors, but we are very hopeful of being able to make the rest by roughing the spades good. Okay. How about this one? 1 no trump, 2 clubs again. This time, of course, we've got a 5-4 hand, but I've thrown in another queen, so you've got 12 points. So it's a nice hand, I hope. And you're happy again to bid landy. Pass from south. What does West do? And of course, West has 3 to the 10 in both. It doesn't really matter the strength, it's the length. So don't think, oh, I'll bid 2 spades because they're better. I want you to bid 2 diamonds, which says, partner, I want you to choose. My length in the majors is equal. I have, could be 2 to each, could be 3, could even be 4 in each. Okay, but because if you're weak, you don't want to go any higher than the 2 level. But 2 diamonds simply says, partner, you bid your longer major, please. So, of course, East bids 2 spades. And we find our best fit. Isn't that neat? Okay, it's a really neat thing. 2 diamonds says, partner, please bid your better major. As we saw when we were going through the options, if you could have a balanced hand with 11 or 12 points and then rebid again. But most of the time, 90% of the time you bid 2 diamonds, you will then pass the bid your partner makes. 2 spades, great. That's good news, partner. Okay, pass, pass, pass. Okay, so I don't like this bid. But if you want to bid on weak hands, you do need to have it. So 1 no trump, 2 clubs can be quite weak. So the 2 no trump response to it is going to say, partner, I'm strong. I'm pretty sure we're going to be in game. Unless you've done a Bernard bid and bid on a really weak hand. Okay, so remember, When partner responds to two no trumps, his weak response is three clubs. Partner, I am weak. I'm 5-5 because I'll only be weak if I'm 5-5. Remember that. So partner knows my shape, but he knows I am weak. Are you happy with that? Okay. So you bid three clubs. So this is the kind of hand. So with particularly non-vulnerable, if it goes one no trump, I want to make a bid with that east hand. I really want to make a bid. Now it looks like a six loser hand, but with an aceless hand, it's closer. It's between 6 and 7 losers, but it's got great potential. If we've got a genuine fit, we could even make game if partner's got a 9 or 10 count with a double fit particularly. However, partner's got 14. So we bid two clubs. Clearly West is thinking game. He could bid three no trumps, but the problem is if you allow yourself to bid on weaker hands, you're sometimes going to come up across this hand. So I'm bidding two no trumps. Partner, I am strong. East bids the one and only weak bid. Three clubs. Partner, I'm sorry I opened this hand. I'm sorry I bid Landy on this hand. But Bernard said we should all love 5-5 hands, particularly if they're in the majors, so I bid it. You make the decision now. You know what I've got. I've got a weak hand and I'm 5-5. I've got sympathy with still bidding three no trumps, but probably the best bid is three hearts from West. Partner, okay, I'll settle out of game. I will settle. I know you've only got 7 or 8 points. We've not got the strength, so the chances are we won't make three no trumps, but we will hopefully make our hearts. Okay? I mean, you've got potential in no trumps. Best defence, though, particularly if there's a 4-2 club break, you're likely to lose 3 clubs, a couple of aces, and maybe a diamond as well. So you might finish with 7 tricks. On a good day, of course, if the defence get things slightly wrong, you may find yourself, making enough to make 3 no trumps. So, again, if you don't want to use the 2 no trump bid, you don't have to. You could just bid 3 no trumps over the 2 club bid, if that makes sense. And gamble, there's nothing wrong with that. It's not the worst bid. Most of the time, partner will have a better hand than this. So 3 no trumps isn't the end of the world. And your partner will say sorry at the end anyway. So. Okay, let's look at one more and then we'll sign off from the seminar. Let's see this one. No trump again. Landy. We mustn't get confused about those two. And I often do a seminar actually comparing the two. 2 clubs, decent hand, 11 points, 5-4, good bid. Okay, I've given West the same hand. He bids 2 no trumps. Partner, I'm strong and excited. What does East bid now? Well, he doesn't bid 3 clubs. He just bids his better major. 3 spades. Partner, I've got a decent hand with 5 spades. Oh, brilliant. I'll bid 3 no trumps then, partner. Okay. And, oops, sorry. That king of clubs, of course, is gold dust, isn't it? Okay, 1 high card in the minors and we know we're going places. If it's king of diamonds or the king of clubs, do you know what I mean? You feel confident that 3 no trumps has got a good chance here. Okay, so interestingly, they're probably going to lead a minor anyway, given that East has shown both majors. So if they lead a club, you're happy. If they lead a diamond, you're happy. Can you see that? And then you can work on clubs and you can work on hearts. And you should have a really good chance of making your contract. Ducking a club is possibly going to be quite valuable because you haven't got a huge number of entries to the West hand and you haven't got a huge number of entries to the East hand either. So it's not going to be straightforward necessarily, but I think you can see that you want to be in 3 no trumps. You've got a good 25 points between you and plenty of stoppers in every suit. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed that. An interesting hand. I hope you look set of things. Do not be put off by all of those different responses. 95% of the responses to Landy are 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, or 2 hearts. Sorry, 2 diamonds, 2 hearts, or 2 spades. 2 clubs isn't a possible response to 2 clubs. So please bear that in mind. 2 no trumps is going to come up in a blue moon. Obviously, the raises come up as well. 3 hearts and 3 spades, 4 hearts and 4 spades, and they can be fun. But it is easier than it looks. And if you prefer, don't even use the 2 no trump bid. Have it as a natural bid if you want. showing 11 or 12 points, partner, and use 3 no trumps to show 14, 15. Okay, or 13, 14, 15. That's up to you if you want to make it easier. So let's go back to that bidding quiz. 1 diamond, 1 heart from your partner, 3 diamonds. What do you think? 1 diamond, 1 heart from your partner, 3 diamonds. I'm pretty excited. Now, I do like overcalling at the 1 level on pretty weak hands, and if you look at the vulnerability, I should say, north, south vulnerable, east, west non-vulnerable. So your partner's non-vulnerable. So I could put him with king, queen, jack to 6 and nothing else. Maybe queen, queen, jack to 5. I mean, with 6, some of you would do a weak jump overcall. But I would say even then, I still think 4 hearts has got going to have reasonable play. Give your partner just king, queen to 6, let's say. You know, maybe we make 2 diamond ruffs, the king of clubs, the ace of spades, and 6 hearts. That's 10 tricks, believe it or not. So we do not need much from partner. Give him king, queen to 5 and a high card outside, and I'm happy to think game's got a chance. Therefore, I'm going to go for game. However, that is not the last thing to say. We've all seen auctions like this. Both sides are bidding. 4 hearts might not be the last bid. It goes 1 diamond, 1 heart, 3 diamonds, 4 hearts. North bids 5 diamonds. And you think, great, that's good, I'm going to take that down. I'm afraid not. East bids 5 hearts. He thinks, well, why wouldn't I bid 5 hearts? I'm non-vulnerable, they're vulnerable. North thinks he can make 5 diamonds. My partner's not shown me any strength. He's shown me he's got heart support, but he might do that with just 5 hearts and 3 points, bidding to the level of his fit. So I'm going to bid 5 hearts as a wonderful sacrifice. And you sigh, because you don't think 5 diamonds was making, do you? Can you see? So I don't want you just to bid 4 hearts. I want you to bid 4 hearts with excitement. How do we bid 4 hearts with excitement? Some of you are sighing now at this. We're going to bid the opponent's suit. Okay, we're going to bid 4 diamonds, which says partner. I don't just think we can make 4 hearts. So I'm not just bidding 4 hearts. I'm bidding it because I think we can make it. I think we can make 420 points. If they bid 5 diamonds, I do not want you sacrificing. I only want us bidding 5 hearts if we can make it. Because if we go off in 5 hearts, I do not expect them to make 5 diamonds. Does that make sense? So let's look at the hand. There's your partner's hand. He's got a lovely hand, actually. And so 4 hearts is going to be a wonderful contract. However, imagine you would jump straight to 4 hearts. If I had the East hand, I have to say I would be bidding 5 hearts. A lot of the time my partner jumps straight to 4 hearts, he will have 5 hearts in his hand. That means we've got 11 between us. One of the opponents may well have a void. The only trick I expect to make in my hand as East would be the ace of clubs. So unless you've got 2 defensive tricks, I can't see them going down in 5 diamonds. Therefore, 5 hearts will be a great sacrifice. However, you knew better. You have bid 4 diamonds, which says, partner, this is our hand. I'm expecting us to walk away from here with a positive score. So don't be bidding 5 hearts unless you expect to make it. And the key in the East hand is the lack of a singleton. Singletons are what you need to make 5 level contracts, okay? Not doubletons. Those 2 doubletons are not particularly happy cards, although one of them will help in spades, of course. Okay, but if we bid 5 hearts, we give away points. We're going to lose a club, a diamond, and a spade. Can you see that? The opponents will lead diamonds, maybe they switch to spades, and they're going to make a diamond, a spade, and a club. And that means 5 hearts goes off. We would have made 4 hearts, of course, a good decision, 4 diamonds. But what happens is if you bid 4 diamonds, your partner will not bid 5 hearts. He might double himself if he thinks he's a bit flatter. With 6 hearts in his hand, I think he does the right thing. He passes, which gives you a choice. You can bid on to 5 hearts if you fancy it, or double. With ace, ace, king in your hand, I want you doubling. And that's what we're going to do. we're going to double 5 diamonds. And most of the time, we'll take an ace of hearts, an ace of spades, and an ace king of clubs. 2 off doubled is worth more than game. 500 for 2 off vulnerable. Remember, north-south game is 500. We've only got 420 in 4 hearts, and on a lucky day, 5 hearts, 450. Still not more. The key, though, is even if you take it just 1 off, 200 is, let's say they had a void in hearts and you just make the ace and king of clubs and the ace of spades, you still take 200 points, which is a lot better than 5 hearts minus 1. Of course, it would have been a good sacrifice from north-south because we'd have made 420 and 4 hearts. On a really bad day, one of them will have a singleton club, the other one will have a void, and they will make a cross-off and maybe make 5 diamonds. You can't legislate for that. Okay, all you can say is you can bid your hands to the best ability. Here you've got 3 aces, a couple of kings. Surely the chances of them making 5 diamonds is very, very low. Okay, so tricky hand there, tricky one. Okay, bidding the opponent's suit. I want you to try getting used to that. I've thrown it in a few of the easier hands of the week when I do those deliberately because I want even if you're just new to the game and coming into it, I'm assuming you've got the basics, as it were, and you're getting used to it. Seeing bids of the opponent's suit is important because you'll get to know what they mean by the opponents, even if you don't use them yourself. As long as you trust your partner, a bid of the opponent's suit is not a bid that's going to be passed. In the auction we've just seen, it was a diamond, a heart, 3 diamonds. The opponents have bid diamonds and diamonds. Surely if I bid diamonds, I don't want to play in them. So I am assuming my partner's going to bid. And I'm assuming it makes him perk up. He thinks, what on earth is my partner doing that for? And the reason is I want him to know that I'm strong and excited. So that means it's our hand and we should be getting busy. Okay? And it's key. And it's something, I know a lot of you laugh when I say I'm strong and excited because you're so fed up with me saying it. But I say it because I want you to remember it. Okay, and I want you to have me in your mind. Have me jumping up and down in your mind because that, I hope, is going to get things across to you. Okay, where are we going now? We're going to our hand of the day, which of course is on a theme, so let's go there. You're north, you're non-vulnerable against non-vulnerable, and let's see what we have. Well, I think you've probably guessed it. I think east is going to bid a no trump, but we'll see. He does. So on our right, as you're looking at the screen, of course, east opens 1 no trump. South bids 2 clubs, which we alert as landy. It goes pass, and it's your bid. 1 no trump from east. 2 clubs landy from your partner. Pass, and it's your bid. What do you fancy? Well, the first thing to note here is you're not bidding to the level of your fit. You don't know how many spades your partner's got, but you do know he has 4 or more, so you have a fit. But you can't just go 4 spades because I've got 5 of them. However, you might be bidding 4 spades because of your potential, so let's do that. If you count losers, you have a 7 loser hand. If you count good hands, you've got a 5-5 hand, don't forget, and we love 5-5 hands. You also have the King of Hearts. Now, I can't see the live chat, but I'm hoping someone said king in partner's suit. We've got the ace in one of partner's suits, the king in the other. Those are so valuable. When your partner shows a 2-suiter, when you've got an honour in both of his suits, it is a wonderful thing. So you tend to bid a little bit more. So I'm not inviting my partner to game with this hand. I'm going straight to 4 spades. I'm hoping that I might make 5 spades from my hand combined with his, and he might make 5 hearts from his if he's got 5 hearts. Can you see? If not, if he's got 5-5, if we've got a 5-5 spade fit, then maybe we'll be able to cross rough. Okay, it's a beautiful hand. I'm jumping straight to 4 spades. Okay, and of course that's going to finish the auction. I'll open up the hand so you can see your partner's hand. Let's do it. View open all hands. There we go. So your partner's a relatively minimum 5-4 hand, just under the opening hand, 11 points. We said when we're non-vulnerable we can have 10, but that's a relatively minimum hand. You know, if you're invited, probably with 5 spades, you go for it, to be honest. But a lovely hand, isn't it? A lovely hand. Nice and easy here, it's going to be a cross-off if I move the spade to the heart suit. So if your partner had only had 4 spades and 5 hearts, again, you'll be able to establish the hearts. Can you see that? You'll be either have to rough one, or if they'd broken 3-3, if you had 5 of them, you just run them. Here, it's lovely, isn't it? What are you going to do? You're going to make, well, what are you going to lose? You draw trumps and you're just going to cross off, and your hearts are winners. It's gorgeous. Just 2 losers. Isn't that lovely? Just 19 points between the 2 hands, but it just shows the potential of a 5-5 hand and a 5-4 hand which fit together. Just lovely. Really, really lovely. Okay, you saw the East hand, 1 no trump, 2 clubs. I mean, West could, I suppose, double if they play a double. I don't play a double as showing clubs. I play it as showing a nice hand. Okay, but that is Landy at its best. Okay, really lovely. 2 not particularly strong hands getting into the auction and finding a wonderful fit. I hope you enjoyed that one. I'm just going to have a little fiddle with that while we talk about a few things. So what have we got to look forward to? Well, I've still got a weekend to go in my holiday while you're listening to this. Well, I've got the whole of Friday as well, of course, and I'll be lounging, hopefully, about somewhere. We will see. I've just got to. What am I doing here? Oh, I am just sorry. I am reminding myself that I am getting you ready for your hand evaluation. You see, so I'm fiddling around at the moment while trying to look at the screen, but because I'm there we go. I've got that done. Sorry, get that out of the way. So yeah, we're doing discards next week, which should be fun. I'm leading on from signals. So you're at the seminar on the Monday and then the set hands to do, and I'll be chatting about discards quite a lot in the Monday sessions as well. Defense, really tough, but I say every subject's my favorite subject because, you know, bridge can be great fun, and but defense is tough, and I love it as a player as well as a teacher. Because everybody can learn from defense, and so often you'll have a defense and you'll think, wow. Sometimes you get it right and you think, how did I get it right? But sometimes you think, how could we have got that right? And it's a really complicated thing. Now let me give you this little hand to send us off to the weekend with. So this is our usual hand evaluation hand. Yourself. And what do I want you to think about? Well, I want you to tell me how you feel about the hand. But I also want you to contemplate how you might get in the auction, and particularly if your partner opens the bidding. Imagine a 1 club opening, a 1 diamond opening, a 1 heart opening, or a 1 spade opening. Okay, imagine those. Now, a lot of you are thinking, well, why would I do that? That's lots of extra effort. My partner's only going to bid 1 of them. But it just helps you gear yourself for the hand. I find if you think more broadly about things, because it doesn't take very much time, I hope, to count to 8 points, so use some of the time to just think more broadly about your hand. Okay, so hopefully that's something for you to think about over the weekend. For the rest, well, I'll probably do a bit of cooking, a bit of drinking, a bit of eating, and a bit of sleeping, and I'm hoping that I am going to be raring to go next Monday. And we will have some fun. I can't promise you that I will have a tan, though. I can't promise you I'll have a tan. I might be wearing a Bermudan shirt, but I'm afraid to say we will have been spending our time in, I'm hoping, a sunny Berkshire. See you after the weekend. Have fun on the site, or if not, enjoy your weekend, and I will see you on Monday. Thanks very much for sharing your Friday morning with me.